Hey everyone, this is Chris and I have a treat for you today. A recently abandoned monument to mankind's hubris in the desert, and a completely undocumented one at that. This is the last 9 holes, a Wasteland Golf Course, and it's something you won't see anywhere else. This will be a longer than usual video because this place is massive with a lot of stuff to showcase and explore, and I wanted to document it all before the inevitable vandals arrive, so I hope you join me for the journey. Welcome to the Wasteland, my friends. So, as I mentioned, this Wasteland spot is a bit different. Mostly because this location is more recently abandoned within the last year. I'm sure that in time it'll become a true ruin, but for now it can serve a purpose as a prime example of what such a place could look like very shortly after the fall of civilization. Looted in a hurry for sure, but no graffiti or pointless vandalism. Coming in the front gate here, there is an old trailer, blown out tires and broken windows now. Perhaps at one time it was for some security presence that might have still been on the property, but that presence is long gone. We'll stop and take a look at the guard shack. And there's definitely nobody around now. And certainly no reason for there to be. Not sure what the fate of this place is going to be, but for now it just sits abandoned like so many other places I end up. Now I'm not so sure this trailer was actually for any security presence because it looks pretty bad in here. Maybe squatters. Doors open to the security booth. Must have been a really boring job sitting in here all day watching rich people come play golf in the middle of the desert. Nice frosted windows. Oh, and no smoking either. Time to head up to the main buildings. It's definitely a long drive for this place, but I'll speed it up some. There we go. That's a little better. I'm also going to make at least a half-ass attempt to conceal the name of this place. Although for anyone who's skilled enough online, it won't be that hard to find. Plus, a lot of locals around here will already recognize the place. Either way, we will try to keep it neat. The building I'm passing now is actually the main front clubhouse and entry to the golf club. We will come back to that on foot in a second. In the meantime, I'm going to go find a place to park. And I'm going to use this large canvas temporary building that they erected. Partially ripped roof there, and of course the doors have long since given way. I'm not exactly sure what they were using this for, except perhaps as a staging area when they were cleaning out all the furnishings or whatever else they were taking with them. For now, it'll be good parking. Alright, here we go. On another note here real quick, this place is massive, and I'm not going to narrate the entire video as we walk around. There's no reason for you guys to listen to me drone on. I will call attention to a few specific things as we go, but for the most part, enjoy the tour. I'm going to try to cover this entire property, so we're going to be here for a while. Mostly I do want to be able to kind of document it before it's destroyed by the inevitable scrappers, looters, and vandals that will arrive soon enough. Around the back side of the clubhouse here, I did notice some old clubs and even a bucket of balls. Something to mess with later, I suppose. Get a little practice in. Something that's kind of a rarity for the Wasteland is going back to a place that you've actually been before it was a ruin, and finding it like this. I remember this golf club when it was green and verdant and full of water and all the rest of the stuff that we never should have tried to build out in the middle of the desert. And this is the inevitable result of that. Everything eventually becomes dry and cracked and brown and dusty, because this is a desert. This is no place for green lawns and fake ponds. This looks like the start of the check-in area, where you would collect your golf cart and load your golf clubs and head out onto the course. Or perhaps you would just park and go inside and maybe find a bar. But for now, the valet booth stands empty. If I believed in the idea of a zombie apocalypse, this is where I'd expect them to be waiting for me. An underground garage and maintenance area of sorts. Probably had golf carts parked down here at some point. I'm not exactly sure. Found the elevator over here, but I won't be taking that anytime soon. Got some propane tanks over here, and then a little bit of a pallet of water. Still perfectly good. Lots of supplies down here. Got like a little storage room here full of all these small portable coolers, and a wall of fame with pictures, probably mostly of employees and maybe some guests, people that used to be here. which is kind of sad. And here it looks like I found the main booze storage cave. Still got some bitters down here. Rum, vodka, all the important stuff. There's just an incredible amount of stuff left behind at this place. All sorts of little machine shop supplies and maintenance stuff, whatever. Lots of materials. You know, depending on what happens in the future with this place, even if it does fall to ruin, it's still something good to keep in mind, because with this underground element, as long as the above foundation stays intact, it doesn't really matter what happens to the surface buildings. However, this place down here would make a nice little base of operations at some point. Who knows? Something to keep in mind, which is, after all, the entire point of going to explore these places. Need to take note of everything that's here, catalog it, and keep coming back periodically to monitor the progress. In a post-collapse world, you're not going to know what kind of information is going to be valuable, but chances are all information will be, especially where stuff is. Looks like we found the employee break room. Lockers, bathroom, table. Still a lot of things left behind as if they just left yesterday, even though I know it's been a little bit longer than that. More balls. Probably gonna need these if I head out to take some shots later. Definitely like that one. No Radaway, no stim packs. Looks like we got a cooler room here. Possibly some food storage, plates and all that. Soda machines. Actually, this was obviously the beer cooler, and there's definitely none of that left here. Although it makes me even more eager to get to the bar. Looks like we had a reverse osmosis water treatment center here to purify whatever they're bringing up from the wells. Some copper scrapping has obviously already been done, so me trying to keep the secret to this place is, well, that secret's out of the bag already. Not going in there. Looks like it's time to head back out and back up. Coming right up over here, we can see plenty of evidence that the copper theft has begun already. Looks like they went right for the high voltage lines. The big thick copper. Payday for some low-life scavengers right there. Secret is definitely out. This place will not be intact for very long. And then it'll be a true wasteland ruin. For now, let's go ahead and get back over to the clubhouse and head on inside, see what we can see. Back way into the kitchens, it would seem. Old bread carts, sinks. Got the cooler here. Once again, quite amazingly intact and still full of materials and supplies. And this brings me to my earlier point again, where this is how a place would look shortly after the collapse of civilization. You know, people have already fled, they've looted just about everything that's easily carryable and of most value, the food supplies and all of that, but there's still quite a bit of stuff left behind. And of course, they wouldn't be spray painting graffiti or needlessly vandalizing things on their way out because it's just normal people. They're just trying to escape and they're going to take what they need, but all in all, they're going to leave the place looking kind of like this. And as I go around in here, it has a really eerie quality. It's still relatively clean and neat. As you can see, there's even TVs on the wall. Chairs, furniture laying around, and plenty of stuff, but no people and no sign of people. This looks like it was perhaps the main security office or tech support or records or something like that. Lots of computer hardware laying around. This, it appears, would have been the main server room. Everything was controlled from here for the entire property. Not anymore. This is the main front entryway here. I do notice there's a mattress on the floor. Looks like that was probably where one of our scrappers was staying. Got a lot of old pictures here from the place. Now that we know the secret's out, there's not much sense in covering these up, but it is what it is. I'm guessing some of these are the collected computers from that other room back there, which also leads me to believe someone's been salvaging here and probably intends to come back many more times. Check out the main restrooms and locker rooms back here. This little office back here was for the staff that served the restrooms and locker rooms. And also here, I found the ladder that goes to a hatch on the roof that I saw earlier when I did my initial scout of this place using the drone. I'll show you a little bit of that footage here in just a second. It's rough, but shows what it needs to. Part of the process for checking out any location, of course, is to do an aerial scout first, just to make sure that the place is well and truly abandoned. Doing my scout, this was part of the roof. I noticed that open door at the base of the tower there, and then that's when I noticed the open hatch as well right there. Thinking about it, I also realized that when people would have left normally, they would have closed all the doors and closed all the hatches, and that's part of the reason that I realized that people had already been here probably more than once, and that it was another indicator that the site was well and truly abandoned, just like I thought. At any rate, now we take our own trip up to the top. Looks like another little workshop and storage room here at the base of the clubhouse tower. And of course, a little bit more ladder climbing. Up here in the tower proper, it reminds me a little bit of the inside of a lighthouse. Alright, now that we're back down from there, we'll go ahead and take a quick look at the rest of the roof before heading back down into the building. As you can see from the pristine condition of the air conditioning units and all the exposed copper piping, the vandals have not arrived up here just yet, but I'm sure they're on their way. Found a key up here, doesn't go to that. And time to head back down the hatch. I'm thinking that this big open area here used to be the gear shop for merchandise, where you had all your Callaway and Nike golf stuff at one point or another. Looks like there's a desk back here that once had registers, or still does have registers, and so that's what leads me to believe this was where they had stuff for sale. Look, Nike Golf. What did I say? And of course there is our cash register. What do we have here? Drink tickets. Wow, definitely gonna need a few of those. I'm guessing that this back here used to be the main boss's office, since it has the nicest door. Wow, looks like E.T. could phone home on this one. Oh, finally the bar. And I'm gonna need a drink too. Ooh. Oh. Hey there, what can I get for you? I'll just take a PBR. You got it. Thanks. Oh, kind of a bad pour, but there you go. It's on the house. Ah, nice. It's exactly what I needed. Potential sponsors, if you're watching. All right, what's next? All right, you guys don't laugh at me, okay? I'm not a professional video editor. I am an explorer and a prepper, all right? That was my first attempt at some ridiculousness like that. Still got some Coca-Cola in here. Look at that. It's not Nuka-Cola, but maybe I'll come back for one. Alright, well that about wraps up the clubhouse, so let's head out the back door and see what we can see at the rest of this place. Looks like one solitary flag left waving back there. I guess we should get a little aerial. The desert southwest region of the United States is pretty much chock full of these monuments to ridiculous ideas. Not far from here, a spot for another video perhaps, is the Lake Dolores Water Park, another tribute to mankind's absurdity when it comes to building water-intensive constructs in one of the driest places on Earth. Such waste and on such unnecessary stuff. I mean, what need is there for a water park nowhere near a major city in the middle of the desert? Even from the smallest towns, it's a drive to get to it. Still, desert southwest or verdant midwest, the entire face of civilization will be a ruin after collapse, so I guess it doesn't matter too much. Anyway, I guess we better get back to the tour. You know, a lot of times out here on these missions, I think about the monumental waste, the sheer volume of stuff that gets left behind once capitalism says it's time to go. It's actually cheaper to leave everything here than it is to take it with you and maybe salvage it for some other use or repurpose it. And that's definitely a symptom of a dying civilization. We just make things and throw it away. It's crazy. The next spot we're heading to is something I saw on the drone listed as the Golf Academy. Now, I would figure if one was going to drive way out into the desert to visit an isolated golf course, one would probably already know how to play golf. At least that's what I would think, but then again, I'm here and I don't know how to play golf, so I guess there's that. Ended up crossing this open area for what looks like a driving range, given the different range posts they have buried in the ground. And I think this was at one point a small pond. Now it's just a dry lake bed covered in hundreds and hundreds of golf balls. We'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit. It's a lot of balls. Alright, me and my squeaky brakes have arrived at the Golf Academy. Not exactly sure what this was. I'm assuming it was just an instructional place to learn how to play golf. But at any rate, let's take a look inside and see what we can see. Ah, yes. Black mold. Why not? Something else to mention about places like this, although preferably ones without the black mold, is that they are excellent locations to use for training exercises. In fact, at a location like this, I can think of all sorts of scenarios that me and my group could use to practice. How would you survive if this is where you were stuck? Using nothing but the supplies and materials that are on hand at the location, could you build a functionally stable little base camp? It's a good exercise and a good role play to come up with different ideas for your future preps. Sometimes some problems you won't even be aware of until you actually act out some of the scenarios that could happen. What are these guys going to do to clean the water here? I don't know if that water out there in those lakes is chlorinated or not, but that's something that's a problem they would have to address, and in doing so, that would help stimulate the thought process for future planning. Just a side note. This place is actually chock full of the worst black mold I have seen in quite some time. And this is why we wear respirators when we're exploring. And what do we have here? Remedy. Looks like a little bit of the good stuff. Yeah, whoever was back here smoking weed is crazy. Gotta get those nice deep inhales with all this black mold around. This is obviously where they kept the prisoners. Alright, that's about a wrap for this building. I'm gonna get the hell out of here before the spores get me. So, there is absolutely no reason for the Wasteland to be boring. See, got the whole course to myself, and even though beyond mini golf I've never played golf, might as well take a few shots while I'm here. Let's see how it goes. All right. Woo! That was my best shot yet. Oh, air ball. Fun in the Wasteland, my friends. Alright, so we're going to head out from the Golf Academy and make our way back across the field of dead balls here and head to the next series of buildings on the property, which would appear to be the maintenance and storage areas. And here we are coming up on those now. Talk about another sheer waste of resources and materials. Jeez. I wonder how long this place will stay intact for. Let's go take a look around. Other than the first series of maintenance buildings that I park next to, we also have this second complex over here, which I will go check out once I get done with the first one. Having seen the sheer scope of this place now and knowing what the leadership is like with my group, I can see that we're probably going to use this location very soon for either a 3 versus 3 team exercise or a battle royale type paintball match, something akin to Apex Legends or Fortnite, whatever you want to say. Either way, it's all useful for exercises, but this place is exceptional. I'll go ahead and take a look around this facilities area now. Sometimes I get questions a lot by people that are like, oh, what does this have to do with prepping? Well, We're prepping for the collapse of civilization, so basically we're preparing for a time when the entire world looks like this. Just one big space of open ruins and old materials left behind that we've got to try to salvage and repurpose for new use. So this has quite a bit to do with prepping. And here we have what is obviously their main maintenance area. I can see a few above ground lifts, hydraulic lifts for equipment. Plenty of workbenches, vices, drill press back there in the back. Lots of materials and supplies still lying around. It probably won't be too long before the looters really swing into full scavenger mode and come tear this place apart, so it's not going to look like this for much longer, I'm sure of that. I've already seen plenty of signs around that they've been here and started stripping copper already. But soon they'll be here for everything. I'm sure someone is even going to take this old-ass TV right here. Sheer scale to the amount of machinery and supplies and materials that were left behind at this place is astounding. Looks like we got another office area back here and more employee lockers. Having a padlock here on the outside of the women's restroom's a little suspect. Looks like we got some golf clubs down here. Golf bags. Of course, I guess that's to be expected on a golf course. Another office, I'm assuming probably maybe the head groundskeeper's office or head of facilities maintenance. Something of that nature. Looks like we got another break room, a small cafeteria area for the employees. Lots of break rooms on this place for an entire compound that's devoted to leisure. And here is another not Nuka-Cola machine. Interesting. And out the back door we go. Oh, and looks like we have an employee barbecue area. Of course, why not? I'll head back to the Jeep and drive over to that second large facilities area. Now, I've smelled some bad smells in my time, but over here it smells really, really bad. Oh, wow. I don't know if the camera is doing justice to just how gross this looks. It smells absolutely horrid in here. From the combination of odors, I'm guessing that this is where they stored all of their fertilizer, extra soil, various lawn chemicals, whatever. And now, all of that has deteriorated and mixed with insulation from the roof and a whole bunch of other stuff to make this wonderfully aromatic chemical cocktail. When I actually walked through here, I had to fight back the urge to cough constantly. It was pretty acrid. I'm guessing that's from the fertilizer mixes and whatnot. This doorway over here looks like it was ripped off the hinges. Let's take a better look at that. Yeah, the whole thing looks like it was just blown right in. It's definitely interesting. More expensive crap left behind. Out here it looks like the other entire door frame was ripped out and they did God knows what with it. I'm not sure exactly what they were after here, but whatever it was, they got it. Definitely doesn't seem to be a whole lot of interest back here. Although I may have spoke too soon. Is that a chem lab? Workbench? Maybe a brewing station? Little Fallout humor. Never hurts. Back outside here, not exactly sure what all this other stuff is for, but I'm assuming it's for something to do with the water, pumps, wells, everything else. After that, we just got the outside of the building and one more pass by the horrible smelling door. Get back to the Jeep and take a ride around the course. We're going to take a quick drive out to the back of this course because when I was piloting the drone, I saw what looked like a small herd of animals, and I think that might be something interesting to check out. I'll speed this up a little. Pretty sure I'm breaking the course speed limit, but what the hell. Alright, we're coming up on the general area where I saw him from the drone, so I'm going to pull off over here and park on what used to be the green. We'll get out and take a look around. I think they're just over the hill. And there they are. Small little herd of wild burros, which are usually all over the place out here. They must have found a place where the fence was down. Now they're all reacting to my presence. Get a little bit more of a close-up on them. I'm sure this golf course makes a nice little sheltered area for them. Looks like there's a little young one over there. I can hear them. They're all waiting to see what I'm gonna do. Oh, and there goes the little one right there in the middle. Keeping him in the center of the herd, keep him away from me. I'm obviously a bad influence. There he is. Every last one of them's watching me now. Alright, probably time to leave him alone. Got one last thing to do before I'm going to leave, and that is to plant this flag. Let the world know I was here. Not really. There we go. The last 9 holes. Wasteland Golf Course. Now we'll take a very, very quick spin back to the front. Alright guys, this video is already long enough, so I'm not gonna subject you to the full extent of my long journey back across the course. Instead, we'll do some fast travel. Alright, I don't know about you, but I'm going to need another one of those PBRs after this. This was a long day of exploration and filming and everything else. I hope you guys have enjoyed the tour of this place, and I hope you will remember it. Those few of you who actually have memories of this place when it was still open and still green, remember it like that. The rest of you at least remember it in this condition, because I highly doubt that it will remain in this condition for long, and it's a shame. Still, the landscape that we've changed will remain for quite some time. And who knows what other artifacts will survive the years, and depending on how many years we have left, who knows, there could be quite a bit of it. At any rate, I really enjoy being able to bring this stuff to you guys so you can check it out. I hope you enjoy the content. If you do, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and of course like the video. I appreciate it. It definitely helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, which now I have to start talking about. But I do want to say that I am grateful for all the subscribers, and I am glad to be able to take this journey with you. I hope to be able to take many more in the future, and we will explore places together and talk about prepping for the collapse of civilization. Very cheery subject. And hey, if anyone has actually been to this golf course or played on the course here, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. I'd be very interested to hear about that. All too often, my sole experience with a lot of these places is seeing them after they're already ruined and falling into decay. So to be able to hear about it when it was actually a pleasant place to be, well, I look forward to it. At any rate, until next time, my friends, stay safe, stay ready. It's a wasteland out there.